Oh My Trap Hole. Okay. Oh My Trap Hole is a new trap hole from Chaos Origin. When a monster effect is activated on your opponent's field during the turn, they special summon the monster. Destroy the monster that activated that effect, then destroy all opponent's cards, its adjacent monster zones and spell trap zones, if any. Okay. That's fun. Is that good enough to make a trap card see play? Probably not. The fact that it is a trap hole, of course, benefits specifically Trap Trick a little bit. But it's... I think what's missing is that it doesn't negate the effect. Paleo support. I mean, that's the thing, right? This card is exclusively removal, and it's also, if it ever becomes a popular card, it's incredibly easy to play around. That's also something you have to, like, keep in mind, is like, if people know this card is a thing, it becomes significantly worse because it is so easy to just not summon adjacent, right? Like, you just, like, you don't summon under your EMZ, you set your spell traps not in the same columns that you're about to summon a monster in, and so on and so forth. Like, there's so many ways to play around this card. So if ever, like, it would only be good if it catches your opponent off guard. It could be an okay board breaker with Rafflesia, but then you also have to consider that, like, it does have an activation condition. You can't activate it at any time. I think that would make it better if you could just, like, target a monster and destroy all adjacent cards. That would be neat. But since it does have a condition, it's not as flexible with the timing on when you can use it, right? Like, you have to kind of, like, rely on your opponent, and then you just have to hope that at the moment the layout is good for it. So yeah, I think it sounds fancy and it sounds fun, but I think it's not good. Because if you're looking at removal stuff, like Torrential Tribute, like, even a card from 2003 is probably better if you're looking to play, like, removal traps. Needle Sealing or whatever, right? So it's a fun concept, but it's like 20 years late. I really wish they would start doing more, like, normal traps that are actually good without being lingering floodgates. For some reason, I mean, we've talked about this in the past, but for some reason they seem so hesitant to make good trap cards. Like, why? Why can't we make more cards like Ice Dragon's Prison or Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon? Like, Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon, even, like, it feels somewhat recent, but it isn't even. Like, that card came out in 2022, I think. Like, that is 4 years ago that we've gotten a good, like, trap card. And Ice Dragon's Prison is even older than that, I think. They probably don't want to accidentally create man-style decks. Bro, they created man on purpose last year, and they put the word negate on every single card. Bro, it's not that hard to make a good removal trap in 2026. If they wanted to, I'm sure they could do it. Like, just don't use the words negate on it, and don't make it a lingering thing of, like, your opponent can't do this for the rest of the turn. It's not rocket science. They could literally, okay, here's a thought experiment. Okay, we'll do it really simple. Normal trap card. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, destroy all monsters on the field. Good card or bad card? Would that even see... I think it's a good card, but would that even see much play? I'd play it in Paleo. I specifically put if your opponent controls more monsters, because I didn't want it to be just, like, so broken going first when you make a big board and then set it. From hand is good. No, okay. I'm not trying to make a hand trap, okay? I want a good removal trap that is not hand trap, not lingering floodgate, and not just negate, okay? Is that so hard to wrap your head around? Yes, okay. You can make, like, evenly. You guys don't want to understand me. You guys don't want to understand me. That's where we're at right now. It's that hard? I don't think it's that hard. I think Karma Cannon proves. I think Karma Cannon proves that it's not impossible. I think they are just not trying, realistically. Like, they are, like, every single normal trap that's come out since Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon has just not been an attempt of making something like it. It's a terrible card. What are you going to do with it going second? It needs a turn with the turn it was set clause. I mean, here's the thing, right? If you... I think it's an interesting card, the one I just mentioned, because even when you're going second and you're playing a trap deck, it's a way to deal with an established board that doesn't require your opponent to like keep summoning. Because like, of course, you could play like Needle Sealing or Torrential Tribute, but those are like, you know, you have to wait for your opponent to do something or fulfill a condition before you can do it. The other one is just like, okay, if your opponent has more monsters, you can blow them all up. I think that would be a playable Yu-Gi-Oh card. And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If it's not a good Yu-Gi-Oh card, or if it's a very niche Yu-Gi-Oh card that only like Paleo plays, then what's the harm in trying to make it? Right? Like, what's the point of making cards that are like obviously so bad that no one is going to play them, even in something like Paleo? Like, normal traps have just been atrocious. I think maybe I just think about it differently as someone who's played a lot of Paleo, but I think that card that I mentioned, I think is a good Yu-Gi-Oh card. I would be excited for it, and I think it would be solid. Doesn't a good trap almost always require you to play a trap deck nowadays? Even Karma Cannon is like that? Not really, right? There's been formats where people played Karma Cannon. I've played Karma Cannon in non-trap decks, but even if, then what's the problem with giving removal traps to trap decks? Like the archetype that you're talking about, the trap deck doesn't exist at the moment, is the thing, right? That's also, I guess, an argument that like that archetype isn't a thing. And if it is a thing, if it ever sees play, people hate it because they don't play removal traps, they play friggin' Odeon traps to just negate everything, right? And then the question is like, would you rather play against a deck that has removal traps, or would you rather play against man who every single trap says negate what your opponent is trying to do? What about Lab? Yeah, Lab is from 2022. When's the last time Lab has been good? Saying Lab as a counter argument to this is like when someone says, oh, I miss the old Yu-Gi-Oh from way back in the day. Yu-Gi-Oh is way too fast these days. And then I say, like, what are you complaining about? We had Hat in 2014. Hat existed. Have you read Shipping Error? Highly underrated normal trap. I feel like I've seen it before. When a card or effect is activated that includes an effect that adds a card from deck to the hand, the activated effect becomes your opponent takes a card from their deck for you to add to your hand, and you must keep that card revealed. During the end phase of this turn, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, draw one card. So, I mean, you said highly underrated card. I guess it depends on the ranking or the rating that you're doing. I suppose maybe in a competition of what the worst possible trap card is, this might be highly underrated. This might be a sleeper pick for that competition.